Uh, Before I start talking about the feedback from the projects, uh, I want you to know that the reviewers were four people from the UAE, all UAU graduates, all have either started their own business or one is running a startup incubator. So they are definitely entrepreneurs. And the other is a friend of mine back in the US who runs an art gallery, and he's always been an entrepreneur and he's helped mentor many entrepreneurs in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area. So everyone who reviewed you is either an entrepreneur or has a good background. Where I did screw up is that I had hoped that I had told each of them, your reviewer one, your reviewer two, whatever. I'd hoped so then if you had questions of what did this reviewer really think, I'd be able to give you, I'd know who it was who did the review. But my instructions were not clear. And so the first person who opened it just assumed I'm reviewer one, and they would make their comments, and then the next person would just whatever, but I don't know who it was that was reviewer one, reviewer two. So then on the Zoom, so anyhow, so I asked to have three reviewers for each one, and I summarized their review. Some of them wrote longer things, and I've tried to shorten it up to make it easy for you to read. And then we all got together. I contacted them about which ones do you think are the best, and so there was some feedback on that. And yeah, so anyhow, let's just go through them team by team. Starting out with team number one, the Travel Buddy. The reviewers for this actually liked it. They thought the financial, you see in there, the financial analysis was good. There was only one negative comment on it, which was, I'm not sure how this is differentiated from the other apps that are already on the market. So this was seen as a very promising business idea. And like I said, two of the reviewers were like, I wish I had a chance to ask them questions because they just thought it was interesting. Unimover. So this had a real mixed bag in terms of it was reviewed by three people who graduated from UAU, two women, one male, and they liked the idea, but like as reviewer three said, I do not think it is feasible if it runs through the women's car park and then along the backside of the university over the SIP. She said that's where it's feasible, but it was reviewer two that said, I don't think, given how the university is set up, I don't know how you could do this. So, so it had, like I put in the overall two no votes and one who saw strong potential. In the car seatbelt, team three, a couple of thoughts on this. This was only reviewed by me and my friend Tony, nobody from the UAE. I actually think this is a very good idea because seatbelt noncompliance is high here and it literally leads to death. So good. But as I joked in the thing here, when Mansour bought a Chevy years ago, he also then bought a fake clip-in so he wouldn't have to wear a seatbelt. Now that Mansour is a father and whatever, he does seatbelt in, and his children are all in their car seats, so he's good about it now. But yeah, I totally think it's a good idea. Managing desert waste. So this is one that the three reviewers were all from the UAE, but I talked about it with my art gallery friend, and he thought, because there are people in America that turn waste products into art, and he doesn't sell it at his gallery because it doesn't match his clientele, but he's like, that's actually a very good idea. So all the solutions that you have are plausible. Overall, you're very good at addressing what the problem is. Yeah. The question that reviewer three had is, are you stressing to be nonprofit? Are you trying to get money from the government? But that's the feedback for team four. Moving on to team five, the Spotted app. If you, this parking app, there's a graduate by the name of Abdulrahman Al Adli. You can look him up. He's on some social medias. He created an app that does exactly this for Dubai. And I don't know the status of it. Like, I haven't talked to Abdulrahman in many, many years. But I saw the prototype of it a couple of years ago, and it's good. So I don't know if it's out in the wild. I don't know if it's moved forward. But yeah, as one of the reviewers said, There's a lot to like here. Knowing that you have a reserved parking spot would be a relief to students. I went for an MBA at a university that needs this app too. So if you were successful in doing this, you could scale this out to the universities first, and then, I can see a lot of applications for this. So I like it. Team 6, personalized health analyzer, revolutionizing healthcare with AI. Reviewer 1 said it's an ambitious goal to being a one-stop health app. Good analysis of the potential benefits. The financial analysis of the costs done well, but the revenue generation is questionable. And so that was the most feedback on that app. Overall consensus was that this was an excellent project. And as reviewer 3 said, there are many stakeholders who would want to partner with you. The Insight Hub. So this is one where there was real debate among the reviewers, that if is this a library or is it the Student Success Center or a mall? And her point was UAU is already offering all of these things, not all in one place, but we've got a library, we've got a Student Success Center for you to go if you need help, and we've got the shops. So she was like, I just don't know what they're offering that is not already being offered. But another reviewer was like, I wish we had this. And so when she was a student, but then reviewer 3 went back to the same points that reviewer 1 made. So there are universities in America that I know that have taken out their card catalog in their where they keep things that they no longer need now that we've digitized, and so they are creating a space very similar to what was presented in this project. So I know it's being done. Virtual mirror. So this is overall reviewers like the concept, but there was some confusion in that one part of it refers to clothing, and then another part is referring to makeup and hair. And it's not clear, and I know different people worked on different parts, but it was not clear whether or not you're going for the whole package or whether or not you're going for something more refined. Another thing that the reviewers didn't hit on, but I certainly took note of, is for the age group you're going for, and absolutely in this culture, you're going to have some real privacy issues because, Facebook/Instagram appealed to people who were teenage girls, and they just did a horrible job with privacy, and they did a horrible job. They knew full well. They even assigned a dollar value for how much are we going to get from the people who are teenagers on our platform. And so how do you create something where we can help you look your best self, but then I don't know. I have privacy concerns for this app, but overall the reviewers liked it. Plan ahead, Team 9. The target market was clear. One reviewer said that he would invest in this company because he thinks there are several that can benefit from this service. Good teamwork on the project, and identifying the SWOT analysis was another identification. Overall consensus was that this was an excellent project, and the only minor negative is the financial. The Smart Care Watch. So this is an admirable goal that the group has here, because you're serving a population of people that are not being served now, and a population that dealing with autistic children and dealing with children who have problems being verbal. That is, to have something that reassures them that they can wear on them, that's a really good thing. So it's very admirable. So as I put in the overall on this, reviewers thought it was an excellent idea, and the emphasis on the design that would appeal is excellent. It's an aspirational product, and what they were disappointed with is who are the tech companies that you'd be willing to partner with. And so are you a business to business nonprofit? So that's what throughout the semester we talked about OpenAI. OpenAI down the road, it is heavily invested by Microsoft, but they also, there's a reason why it's called Open AI. It is their goal to share what they're doing with other companies as well. So it would be a B2B, business to business nonprofit. For the Happy Healthy Restaurant. So I expected, since one of the reviewers actually has a restaurant that has this exact same goal, I expected it to be reviewed by him. And he was like, nope, didn't open it, and I won't open it because I don't want, if I'm doing anything similar to what they're doing, I don't want them to think that I stole anything from them. And so he's a very ethical man. And so he's just like, I can't review this because it's what I do. So the first reviewer, as I said, thought it had a good concept that it matches today's trends. Reviewer 2 thought it was just too vague. And reviewer 3 had the same take, that is, I like the idea, but not enough information to consider investing. So I ended up, from the points that they assigned, I actually bumped this up a few more points because I actually think it is an underserved need in the community. I liked it better than the reviewers did. So that's it. So anyhow, I think I was overall very impressed with, for an entry-level course, I think the projects came out really well. So I hope that you found this course to be something that I hope some of you pursue your ideas. Go to the Entrepreneurship Center if we can get it open in the IT building. Go over to the SIP, the Science Innovation Park, and see if there's anybody who can work with you to get your idea off the ground. We did not end up selecting one winner because in my conversations in our WhatsApp group with our group, there was not a consensus. So it was really evenly divided. So there's 3 teams that you'll see in the summary that they were like, this is in the running for first place, but it was too. There is no winner. Anyhow, 3 really good projects. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something this semester. I hope it was good for you.